Hi, and welcome to Stories with Year 6 Friends. My name is Max, and today I'm here with Alessandro and Luca.
What about me? I'm a part of this too.
Okay, Tharuk, be quiet. Today we are going to be talking about stories with friends. Right now it's, what is the time?
I'm pretty sure it's 12:07.
Okay, thanks. And we are in the school chicken coop. Chickens, quiet down, we're in the middle of a podcast. We're going to be discussing lots today, including the school disco, paintball, and the giant swing. But first, we are going to be chatting about our school camp in Year 6. Alessandro, tell me a story about the most memorable moment when you were playing games in your dorm.
Okay, so when we were in the dorm, you, Max, you brought this massive ball, and we all played around with it. And we also played this game called Ghost, where one person would have the blanket over their head and they couldn't see anything. And when the lights go out, the person with the blanket would have to try find everyone. No one was really good at the game. After the lights went out, I decided to make finger puppets with the torch, and lots of people found it very annoying, but Luca seemed to really like it. So we started chatting, and he wanted me to do certain finger puppets.
Luca, tell me a story about the most memorable moment when you're at camp.
Okay, well, I remember playing Ghost, which was so fun. When I was Ghost, everyone made a plan to sneak up behind me and tickle me. When I wasn't paying attention, I could never get anyone. That's until Alessandro made a mistake and forgot to get behind me. So I caught him. Then I quit. After Ghost, it was lights out and Alessandro decided to rage bait people while putting on a show with finger puppets. It was so entertaining. I asked him to put on some shows. He was so good at it. Honestly, he was great at it, but people found it really annoying.
Tharuk, tell me a story about the most interesting moment of the school disco.
The school disco was a train wreck. The lights flickered like a haunted house, and the DJ played elevator music. Someone tried moonwalking too. It was like 6 or 7 minutes of good songs, and the others were brain rot, brr brr, pada bim, and tralaleo tralala. It hurt my ears.
Alessandro, tell me a story about the most memorable moment when the music started at the disco.
Okay, when we were at the disco, it was a little different than I actually expected. First, the DJ made us sit down on the floor and went over some basic rules, which no one probably listened to anyway, because I didn't. When it started, it was very boring until I found all my friends. We started to do a game where we all spin around in a circle with one person in the middle, and the person in the middle had to try break their way out or wedge between the people while they were spinning. We all played that game for a while until it got boring. So we decided it was enough. Me and Luca wanted to play a game together. We played Chasey every time a certain song played, but it was always rigged because my songs would always play and his songs would never.
Luca, tell me a story about the funniest moment at paintball.
A funny story about paintball is when I was trying to get up to the base where the other team was to shoot them. I hid in a small hut. When I got there, out of the hut, I immediately got shot in the leg, and I kept pushing through and ended up getting shot by my friends. That was a great moment and very memorable for me. The second map was amazing. The firing was horrifying and cool at the same time. I saw Alessandro hiding until I got shot. He cooked though and killed the infiltrators. He was the only one to survive.
Alessandro, tell me a story about the most interesting moment when you were at paintball.
Paintball at Monique's birthday was very fun. We first went to her house, which upon arriving, I saw Tharuk and Jordan. We went on the bus, which was very calm at first. Then it was very chaotic. When we arrived there, they went over the safety before we actually got our guns and made it up to the first round. We were assigned teams and sides before the round started. So when it started, it was immediate shooting. I got someone out, but they didn't get out. They were kind of lying. So I went out to go try and tell them they're out. That's when I got shot in the mouth. But on the second map, I did much better and got much more eliminations. And these people were trying to come into our base, so I got them out. The trench was the best map in my opinion because I got the most eliminations.
Tharuk, tell me a story about the most fun moment about the giant swing.
The giant swing is so scary. It was like saying 6'7" in front of 1 million people. It makes me really scared. So they clip me in and I'm hanging super high in the air, and then I say go. They let me fly. I zoom through the air, and I'll look like a screaming banana. I went and I think I swallowed a bug.
Luca, tell me a story about the most interesting moment when you had your turn on the giant swing.
When I was on the giant swing, it felt like I was going to fall, like I accidentally fell off the playground in year 1. I was fine, by the way. While everyone was pulling back, I grew anxious by the second, and then I was ready to swing. He says to pull the red ball to release the string. I pull it hoping I survive, and I start flying. It looked like I was going to fly into the forest, but I could hear myself screaming so loud, people doing treasure hunt could hear me.
If you would like to hear more episodes from St. Gabriel School, you can check them out at our own podcast page. The link is in the show notes for this episode, or somewhere else, I don't know. The podcast was produced by Max, Alessandro, and Luca.
What about me?
It was made for St. Gabriel School, with ArchD Radio and podcasting. Well, James told me to say that. Okay, thank you, Alessandro, Luca, and sadly Tharuk, who did nothing.
No, he did. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he did nothing.
Luca did nothing.
I did a lot more than you.
No fair. It's a 3v1.
Oh man, I shouldn't have said that. I meant it as a funny gesture. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to hear heaps of other school life stories. See you later.